Thank God we're all here. Welcome to the WellPlayed DLC podcast, Australia's juiciest gaming podcast. I'm your host for this week, Adam Ryan. I'm joined by Kieran Verbruge.
Hello.
I'm also joined by Mr. Ash Whaling.
Howdy do. How we do.
And the walking, talking shark, Mr. Zach Jackson.
They call
Street
me Jab.
sharks. Jawsome.
Can't be a street shark. They don't exist. Lads, it's another week. Lovely to see you all. Kieran, how are you this fine evening? I want to hear from you specifically.
I'm sorry. I'm great. I'm keeping busy, getting prepped for my trip to Japan on Monday
Ah,
for TGS.
Tokyo
Other than
Goat
that,
Show.
pretty chill.
violently
What?
jealous.
Tokyo Goat
The
Show.
Tokyo. I was going to say the Tokyo Goon Show.
Jesus Christ. All right, Ash, with that out of the way, how are you, mate? You idiot.
Very good. Enjoying. I'm obviously making everyone's life worse by dropping puns everywhere I go, but it's just part of my charm. Doing well.
Charming it is. Zachary, what about yourself, mate? Give us a big
Oh,
toothy
mate.
grin.
I am
Hey.
having. That's my shark teeth. No, I'm having a great week.
Love that. Love that. Kick us off with the game talk then, mate. Clearly we're all high energy. What have you been playing these last couple weeks that isn't content related?
Yeah, fuck. All right. Nothing. Split Fiction.
Nice.
I kind of don't like it, but
Oh.
Anna do. And have you ever played a game with someone and you just I'm just not vibing it, and you just putting out BVs.
Army of
And,
two, baby.
Oh, really? Army of Two slaps. I'm sorry
Well-
that you're not liking Split Fiction then.
No,
I-
the second one.
Oh,
I am-
fair.
I like it and I enjoy playing it with her, but I'm just sick of the fucking sci-fi thing. I was like, it goes on for so long. I've had enough. Give me a different fucking story. Give me something different.
Sounds like someone needs to keep an eye out for those side adventures that always go somewhere really weird. Like in a good way. You like sharks? There's sand. You can go to a sand shark one. There's sand sharks.
There is a sand shark one.
Other than that, nothing.
Oh, busy boy. Jesus.
Busy boy.
Good lord. All right, Kieran, bring us back with some good shit. What have you been playing that isn't for content? It's looking dire here,
have I been
boys.
playing?
I'm looking at the faces and I'm looking at packed schedules.
No, I mean I've been playing. No, we're gonna talk about that soon. Actually, I've been playing not specifically for content for this group of people, but I've been playing some Lego stuff lately.
I
played a
saw
bit
this.
I played a bit of Lego Party a few days ago, or last week maybe, which is SMG Studio, famous for moving out their take on Mario Party, but with Lego.
Holy shit! It's SMG.
It's
Yeah.
SMG.
Should have
so
gone.
Very local production. Very very cool game. It's the year of people beating Nintendo at their own game. I think between Sonic Racing.
Ooh.
Isn't
and
it?
this,
Yeah.
Like Lego Party's genuinely makes up for a lot of the worst parts of Mario Party. Like all the bad random that game has, all the RNG bullshit that game has is out. It's all skill based.
I was going to say, does a Lego round end and then 30 things happen that just go, the person who was leading is now fucking last. And you're like, yay.
Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun. It's super super slick. It's definitely production values are way above anything that they've put out before. Very very cool. And the other game that I've been playing a lot of is Lego Voyages, which is a pseudo sequel to Lego Builder's Journey, same studio, but now speaking of Split Fiction, a co-op only adventure. So you play as two little 1x1 Lego bricks, and they go on a little adventure, and it's super pretty, super wholesome. Bit of a emotional roller coaster, which is surprising for how little character there actually is in these characters. They're a brick. But yeah, no, it's really cool, and I think everyone should give it a shot if they can.
Split Fiction, you got to pick that one up.
When are we getting a remake of Lego Island?
Fuck, that would be good.
Wouldn't it? Oh my god. Give the people what they want. You probably get it at the same time as Dino Crisis. Ash, what have you, outside of content, what have you been playing?
I'm back on the Space Marine 2 wagon. For some reason,
I knew it.
just a collective hive mind of me and my mates. We all just basically message each other at the same time and says, hey, Space Marine 2. I'm like, yeah, let's, and it's just all straight back on the wagon. God, that game's come a long way. Like, it's never was in a bad spot, but there's so much more content, and it's all free, and it's all slams. So, having a good time, having a really good time.
God, you
Big
love to hear it.
guns, big meaty men with big guns.
They are big lads. They truly are big lads. And who knows, maybe you're hinting at something we'll talk about very shortly. Zachary.
Maybe.
Speaking of meaty men, who would win in a fight, do you reckon? Space Marine men or Gears of War men?
Space Marine. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Oh, okay, all right, okay. All right.
They're
Gears
like
of War
3
men
times
are
the size.
just, yeah. Gears of War men are just big men. Space Marine men are genetically engineered perfect people.
Oh,
Careful, if you prod him too much, this entire podcast will devolve into 40k.
Adam, we have discussed this. I will answer questions when asked, but I do not vomit my 40k stuff on people. If they ask me, I will tell them. That's it.
It's true. As far as 40k fans go, he's very reserved, old Ash Whaley.
Mate, you've sent me a message at 10 o'clock at night asking 40k. I could look this up, Ash, but I figured I'd ask you, and it's like, yeah, right.
Yeah,
Count
go to
it.
the source. Go to the source. I've been playing fuck all other than things for content. I'm playing
Oh, is that by
Yotei.
SMG Studio? I love fuck all.
It is, mate. I am playing Ghost of Yotei. I can't tell anyone anything other than the fact that I'm playing it. But there you go. It's in
How
the
good
works.
is that? In modern reviews, where like they say you can tell people you're playing and nothing else, and sometimes they say you can tell people you're playing and also the press start screen.
Oh, they said that. I just
Nothing
nah,
else.
I'm right, thanks.
Yeah, it's so goofy, but okay.
Yeah, it's bizarre. But hey, we don't have any more time for preamble. We've got quite some large topics on our hands. Zachary's going to be telling us about Cronos: The New Dawn. Cronos, whatever.
Corona.
I've been dipping back
Corona.
into Battlefield 6 for another multiplayer preview. Ash did a cheeky little Space Marine 2 interview, but I would like to start with the main course. Ash, you have been playing, finished, and have reviewed Borderlands 4.
Yeah, I somehow survived that. I mean, in a good way, but like that's a lot of game.
It is.
Yes, correct. I've played the 4th Borderlands game that they called Borderlands 4. Borderlands, if you will.
Fuck right off.
There
Oh,
it
well,
is.
You can
About-
censor that.
There
about
it
5...
is.
Yeah.
Just bleep it out. Yeah. In fact, Adam, you played a healthy portion of it with me. So, you know,
Yeah.
for the people who've never encountered a Borderlands game and have thus never been, you know, privy to Randy Pitchford being Randy Pitchford, it's a co-op shooter, it's a looter shooter, and it's one of the best. Zachary Jackson, handsome young lad in the front row.
so co-op shooter. Now, I've read your review.
Sure.
It took me a day and a half, but I got through it. The
About 2% of the time I spent playing the game.
the co-op. Is this a 2-player or is this more than 2-player? Because
Up to 4.
Up to 4.
The clue is in the title.
Borderlands.
Hey.
Four
This guy
player
gets it. No.
Yeah, right.
Awful. Genuinely awful. It's I'm sure we could touch on it quickly now, Ash, but it's as far as co-op is concerned, because we had a little very brief chat about Far Cry's woes in the past, and hopefully they're going to be rectifying that in the future. Maybe we'll talk about that in a minute. But it's great. The co-op's fantastic. Like you can just drop in whenever you like. The progression will continue on. It'll pick up from where you left off. It's about as easy as just drop in to your friend who's playing the game and just keep playing the game. It's great.
Yeah. And it's sort of like if you're familiar with like the old days of like sort of the Diablo games where like you grab your character, jump into their world, do their stuff. But Borderlands always been built from the ground up to be like, you should share this with your friends. And so like, it was that thing that I pointed out in my review that like co-op experiences have been kind of shit, for lack of a better term, for a while. Like some games have got co-op, but it's like the most bare bones implementation. Yeah, someone else can jump in, but like it's basically little brother holding this player 2 controller kind of co-op because you're there, but you're not really there. But no, Borderlands 4 gone back to the well, understanding that co-op is fun, and they've gone hell for leather implementing it in a really awesome way. Like it's the Borderlands style of co-op you'd always expect, but just better. Go, Zach. Big question.
Right, question. So, as someone who has never really ever played Borderlands, what is the premise of Borderlands? What are you there for? Like, if you were hanging out in an elevator and I was going to the top level and you were getting off on level 18, what are you telling me?
Specific. All right, so how big are the floors? How much time have I got?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking kidding. You do not need that. Borderlands games have always had the same premise. You and a bunch of other 3 talented weirdos go to a shithole planet hoping to find treasure.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
the
So it's like
story
Uncharted.
changes because yes and no, in the sense that, like, you know, when I say shithole planet, I mean these places suck. Like Pandora is a terrible place. You know, it's like Mad Max kind of style thing. But like the when it comes to Borderlands stories, the premise is simple, but it's where the sort of the quirks come in and the characters that sort of carry it. There's this really interesting sort of underlying tone of like hyper-capitalist companies sort of preying on the people who live on the planets and forcing them to buy their products, and their products are always guns or things and shit like that. And then this, you know, the presidents of these companies suck ass, and there just so happens to be treasure on the planet if you can find it. But yeah, that's sort of the loose premise of every single Borderlands game.
Okay.
Over time, a bigger narrative started to emerge, but the big thing about Borderlands 4 is that it's the first time that they've decided, hey, we're going to make a Borderlands game that doesn't require prior reading. Like, you don't need to know who these characters are. You don't need to know the story so far. We can tell this story in a vacuum. It will make sense. 4 talented shitheads go to a terrible planet, try to find treasure, probably help some people along the way. But, you know, there are still threads to the previous games. They're just not critical, and they don't need to do that. Hey, look, it's that guy who did that thing at that time that kicked off this particular thing that impacted this person. There's none of
And
that.
the way they introduce the legacy characters are very much like, if you know them from the previous games, awesome. If you don't, here you go. Here's a cool additional character. Like, it's there's no like required reading.
2 people side by side, one person being like a 10-year Borderlands veteran, the other person being completely fresh. This person would go, hey, and the other person would go, oh, they seem cool. And it's like, oh boy, let me tell you. So, yeah, Borderlands 4 is the most modern incarnation of the Borderlands game. It means that it's sort of borrowed a ton of really cool things from lots of other games. It's probably got the most, I don't know, like, if you could find a better example of shooter movement than this, I challenge you to point it out to me. Like, and I just mean that, like, each of the buttons that you'd expect is there. You can double jump, you can glide, you can mantle, you can sprint, you can slide. Like, it's, I think I said in my review, it's like playing Apex Legends, but you don't have to play Apex Legends. And that's good. And then you just couple that with a world full of things that you can shoot, stuff to do, a story that's actually quite fun to play along with. Like, it's not going to win any awards for narrative, but like, it's enjoyable start to finish without getting cringe, without getting silly. You know, dialogue is snappy and enjoyable. The humor, when it's funny, it's funny. When it doesn't need to be funny, it's not trying to be funny. Perfect. So,
Great. Yes. You did you preempt that I was going to ask a question?
I could see your face turning. I could see you going. And I was like, okay.
Well, I'm curious about the
You're either
humor.
blowing out a candle or there's something you want to know. Like,
Humor-wise, so this is a PS3 game, like not the one obviously now, but the one when it first came out.
The era.
Yeah.
Mate, the first Borderlands was out on GameSpy on PC. Like,
What does that mean?
ancient.
Okay.
But yes.
PS3,
Xbox 360 era.
Obviously, humor has changed probably a lot in that time. Well, maybe.
I mean, yes and no. I mean, Borderlands is always.
To be fair, you didn't quite give me
the.
I thought you were gonna say. I was hoping you would say PS2, but I knew the answer in my brain, so it didn't quite. Wasn't the best. But yeah, I guess how much of the jokes changed to be with the times but still be funny?
So Borderlands likes reference humor. It sort of likes to, you know, reference things and sort of do jokes. And there's a like hangs a bit of a hat on the whole will that happen thing. But like sort of like Borderlands 1 and 2 understood that humor is part of this game, and then Borderlands 3 was like, haha, people like our humor, and went all in on it. Humor has changed throughout the series to the point where sort of like Borderlands 1 and 2 got it. Borderlands 3 lost its identity in the mire of just referential stacking fart joke humor. Like, you couldn't take the game seriously because 2 different NPCs would be talking to you within the same 2-minute period about, you know, oh yes, the booger farts, very nice. Oh, good job, you got the toot horn from the fart master. Good job. You're like, what?
Sounds like Seth Rogen in the game.
Honestly, there's probably a Seth Rogen reference in there, and I'm surprised.
Hey man,
that he
just won an
hasn't
Emmy.
folded. He won 4.
Oh, is that for?
He won 4 Emmys.
4.
Is that for the studio? Just to pause very quickly. Yeah, I really want to fucking watch that. Cool. Anyway.
Yeah, I saw a picture of him like literally holding them like the whole "I can't hold all these limes" meme. It was crazy. So I did my interview with the narrative people of Borderlands a while ago because at the preview day I was just like, hey, is the writing in this one going to be fucking better? And they all said the same thing. Hey, we've completely changed how we're writing to make it better. And it is. And beautifully, like post-release, I've been checking out all the threads and the things, and a lot of people say the same thing. Yeah, it's still funny when it needs to be. It gets room to breathe when that is appropriate. The tone gets to understand what it is at a given point. But if you just want to go off the beaten path and have a giggle, you can do that. But it's not like major narrative thing happens, moment of somber, long deflating balloon fart noise at the same time. It doesn't happen anymore. But like Adam and I giggled a lot. Like just
definitely. A lot of it's kind of just like the little emergent bullshit that happens. Like I killed one of the psychos that they're like
the Rippers.
Yeah, the Rippers. And I blew his head off, and as he was dying, he went, "Yeah, fair enough," and it absolutely killed me. Like, yep, great, love it. But yeah, it doesn't beat you over the head with it. There's not like claptrap in your ear constantly, throwing out quips. It's yeah, a little bit more pared back.
Even if you are sick to death of claptrap after 9 games, the game has its own has a setting in the audio menu to turn him off entirely.
It's like a slider, isn't it?
There's a claptrap slider that you can zero out. But I mean, arguably, this is probably the least egregious claptrap's ever been.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. So, as a complete package, it's an exceptionally fun 4-player co-op game. The co-op is implemented really, really well. My biggest issues throughout the game's review period was just at the performance, and some of the things that were going wrong in a big way. Like, there was terrible load starter. Like, it's got this big seamless world, but you can feel when you enter a new tile of the map because the game sort of goes.
Oh, it hitched awfully for both of us.
And then you're back to normal. Sorry for the people listening at home. There was a visual portion of that last example that you won't get to see. And then it's at other times.
They might have been Ash's vinegar strokes.
Dear. But then there was also just times where justified frame drop would happen, and it just still doesn't feel good. It's Unreal Engine 5 and scalable shit. But leading up to the release, there was 4 massive patches. Nearly every 12 hours, they patched the fucking game. Do you know how hard that is when you're reviewing something and you have to keep jumping back in and playing a big enough portion to judge whether or not it's actually changed anything? Jesus. But they actually fixed a lot of that. Post-release, there are still some people having issues. Randy Pitchford keeps weighing in, and I beseech you, mate, please stop. The dude talks like he's a 13-year-old on the internet just defending a forum opinion, but he's the head of a company, so...
Yeah, his communication style is wild. How's no one been mate,
If he was anyone else in the company, somebody would have come over and put their hand on his shoulder and be like, it's time to stop, mate. It's time to stop. The most recent quote I saw from him was he was replied to somebody who says, "You know what? You code an engine that always has 100 frames and we will become your customer." And it's
how good.
It's the kind of thing you'd expect to see in a YouTube comment.
Zach wishes that he had that kind of boss immunity to not be called out on his shit.
Say whatever you want, but
yeah.
Mate, I wish I could go through some of those comments I see on places.
Yeah.
On some recent reviews.
So yeah, to wrap it up, I gave Borderlands 4 a juicy 9, mostly because the game itself, its content and the actual execution of the game, really, really good. The changes that they made to it to make it run better, I'm very, very impressed. My advice to anybody interested in the game is, I'm not sure how well it's doing on consoles. I've noticed that the Metacritic for the game is 98% PC, which makes me think that they didn't send out review codes for any console.
Zero codes for console.
I know
that the
PS5 has a memory leak, and so they literally give the advice that if you play the game for up to 2 hours, turn it off, turn it on again, and then you can enjoy it again. The Xbox version of the game, some abilities will just bring the game to a shuddering crawl. If you're playing Harlow, which is the Gravatar character, and you shoot off your big pulsing disco orb, game dies. So if you're on PC, buy it, check it out, see if you like it. If you don't, refund it.
Yeah.
If you are one of the people thinking that Randy is absolutely shitting the bed on this one, just remember that there's a lot of other talented people who put a lot of effort into making the game, and I think they did a very good job. Don't let Randy be the mouthpiece. You do you. I think it's very good, and it's the best Borderlands game I've played.
Yeah, I had a banger of a time. I think the boss fights are also worth a call out. They're more
absolutely.
they're closer to like an MMO boss fight where there's different waves and you have to use those movement abilities to dodge out of the way, and there's a mechanic for each different boss where you can kind of one you had to throw like an orb at them to kind of take away parts of armor before you could damage them. That sort of shit like that. So more engaging than just a bullet sponge, which is something that Borderlands has been criticized for.
Boss fights within the game are fully realized encounters, and
Yeah.
they are engaging and fun. And seriously, like Adam says, like an MMO encounter, I agree. But I'll just also say, as somebody who's done super hard MMO content, it doesn't cross a line. It doesn't become a ball ache.
Yeah, still fun, engaging but fun.
It doesn't become exhausting trying to do it. Like, it's a very good time. And play it with your mates.
Absolutely, 100%.
Ash, have you read some of the comments on Facebook on the review?
On my review?
There's like 60 comments, mate. It's gone fucking wild.
Is it?
But you know what I find
read
hilarious is that the comments between like when Kieran gave MGS a 6 and people were like, "Well, fucking hell, give it a 6," and then so we give this game a 9. They're like, "Oh, fucking hell, you give this game a 9."
Look,
love it.
My Space Marine 2 interview has been up for about a week. We have nearly 300 comments on there. I took one look and then I just did a 360 and moonwalked out of there. I went, okay, let's not do that.
I have read most of them. They're actually really,
lovely.
really good comments. Lots of them are very glowing about like you personally, and the interviews the questions that you brought. So
okay.
Bots are wild these days.
Lots of good one. They are. I have had to log in and out of 300 different accounts, but
worth it in the long run. It's worth it in the long run.
Very good. Very good. Actually, I will just, before we move off this, a very quick anecdote that I shared with Adam the other day. A very close personal friend of mine lives here in Launceston and was overhearing some of her colleagues talking about Borderlands 4 coming out, and they said, "Oh yeah, I've been reading this review. It's from this guy that I quite like." She overheard the words "well played," and then she heard them saying, "This guy's Australian, but I don't know where he's from." And she's just like turned around in her chair and said, "Actually, I know exactly who it is." They're like, "What do you mean?" It's like, "I'm going to his house tonight." And they're like, "Really? Oh, what's he like?" She's like, "He's interesting." "Oh, well, that's cool. What are you going to his house for?" And she's like, "I'm helping take in a Donkey Kong outfit that he's going to wear to PAX." And I feel like all of my credibility just vanished.
Wait, are you coming to PAX?
Yes, I am.
How do
I'm
we not know that? Oh, lovely.
Because it was only decided like a week and a half ago.
Sure.
You won't know it's him though.
No,
No,
very,
no.
very.
You're like, is that Donkey Kong?
I like how you mentioned that it feels like Apex because great big fan of the website Jack Carlisle. Jack Carlisle. He writes and says, "Don't waste your money. It's Apex Destiny in a Borderlands skin." So,
have you spoken to a Destiny player recently? Like,
no.
You need to refer them to help. They're having issues. They're having a bad time.
I tell you what, speaking of a bad time, moving swiftly along, Zach Jackson, you have also been reviewing a game recently.
I'm not finished.
He's not
finished.
Pardon
me? You're not finished with what?
Well, hang on. I have a serious question, but also have one more comment to read off. Kevin Bacon, last name Pierre.
Kevin Bacon?
Oh.
He says that you are the reason why gaming journalism is dead. I just want to leave on that note.
You specifically. Nice work. Bringing down a whole industry.
Kevin Bacon Pierre.
You should have let us think that was the real Kevin Bacon. That would have been a badge of honor for Ash.
Like, I loved you at X-Men First Class. I'm sorry that I killed gaming journalism, but okay.
And the second question, this is actually the serious question, and this is probably more of a discussion topic than question, but I want how early did you have code for? Like how long did you have for the review period?
A little bit over 2 weeks.
How much fucking easier and just better for everyone involved just to have a good lead time, right? Like,
I was in a position where I could play through the game comfortably, but do enough side content to actually feel like I experienced the game. If you're not given enough time to experience the game properly, how the hell are you supposed to review it?
Well,
there's a good segue for us. I don't know. I lost that immediately. Zach, you had lead time on a game. It's called Cronos: The New Dawn. Can you?
I had about 3 days before
Yeah,
embargo.
that's what I was aiming for, but then I was like, I don't know if I wanted to dunk on someone
You
else.
wish you had the
Anyway,
ability to control time.
That's true. Also, while we are on that
Fuck's
topic,
sake.
I got code for Dying Light: The Beast yesterday, and that game comes out tomorrow. So, shout outs.
outs. Tell us
All
about Cronos.
nighter.
Enough inside baseball, mate. Tell us about games.
Cronos, eh? Fucking Cronos. Well, Kieran, if you had to score Bloober Team out of 10, their history up until Cronos, what would you score it? And you don't include Silent Hill, because that technically is not theirs.
No, you have to include Silent Hill.
That's
That's
a-
insane.
They made that.
That's a walk in the park, though.
Oh yeah, sure thing.
Arguably the opposite of a walk in the park.
That's a free win. That's
But
like, here's a
jog
really
in the
good
street,
game.
Okay,
Here's a really
A
good
free
game.
win.
Remake it.
here's a really great game. Reimagine it and don't piss people off, and they nailed it. So
Well,
Not everyone can do that. Clearly, we've seen.
we've seen. I mean, Konami tried to do it immediately after, and
but they,
Oh, boy.
anyway.
but they didn't
um,
remake it, did they? Anyway, we're getting off the topic.
Also, I played Borderlands 4. Anyway, Silent Hill. Not Silent Hill, Bloober. Okay, taking their original catalog. You're saying
Correct.
Like, their original catalog. And you want me to score it out of 10?
Just like, how do you feel about them?
1.5 hits and the rest are misses.
Yeah, all right.
Okay, so not
Is
very high.
Observer the hit?
Yes.
Yeah,
Ooh.
nice.
That's
And the first
basically-
Layers of Fear is kind of. I
no,
kind of don't
it's
mind
not.
it.
How shit's Blair Witch? Oh my,
Fucking
oh my
horrible.
days.
Oh,
That
did they
game
do
is-
that?
Yeah, that game is fucking terrible. Oh my god.
All right,
it's like
anyway.
it's like Layers of Fear 1. Yeah, I get it. Blair Witch, fuck off. Layers of Fear 2, fuck off even more. Observer,
Those are the-
great, fantastic.
The medium.
Those are the
The
tiers
I
on the
forgot the
tier
medium
list.
existed, so that's that one.
Oh, the
Because of
fucking
this, I'm putting
medium.
this one in the fuck off tier.
Yeah, so Kronos is pretty good, guys. I don't know.
Anyway, the fucking
There's
point of
fuck
this,
off, and then there's fuck off at plus Bowser's Fury. And then there's...
I still remember. I think Kieran, you might have been with us at the time, but I don't know if you were with me. But remember, I spoke to Bloober at PAX about Observer, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I really didn't like your last game, Layers of Fear."
What an opener.
I don't know. Anyway, I really like Bloober Team's premises. I think they've got some really cool ideas. They just can't execute the gameplay. That is my take on their original catalog. That's essentially the opening of the review. So I'm quite mixed on their catalog. Do like what they can do, but they just don't show that they actually can do it. However, Cronos, the New Dawn, has shown me that they can do it. I think this is easily their best original work. I enjoyed it more than Silent Hill 2.
Oh,
I think.
good lord.
Yes. I'm gonna commit to that. Yes, I did.
Okay. So it's not in the fucked tier. Okay, good.
No. We don't want to piss Konami off anymore. But yes, Cronos. So it is set. It's basically if we're in Poland, right, where Bloober Team are, and they've got a whiteboard up. They've gone, what are we going to want to make? They want to make Dead Space. They want to make Resident Evil 4, and they want to make Silent Hill 2,
it's cold.
which they've
I
already
didn't dress
just
for
made.
Poland. I'm sorry.
And that's essentially what we've got here. So Cronos is a mixture of lots of ingredients from those 3 games, and that is what you get. It is you can point and pick out a lot of what they do from particular games, like your Dead Space and your Resident Evil 4. There's heaps of, you'll see where they've ripped straight from this, but the whole experience is very much its own kind of thing, even though it does feel very familiar. So the setting is 1980s Poland, like an alternate, like 1980s Poland, where this devastating event, which is called the Change, and it's like a disease that's kind of swept through and basically fucked everyone up and turned people into these like monsters called orphans. And You play as this nameless, faceless female traveler, and you've got this fucking bulbous mask on that potentially looks like
I'm
a
gonna
thing.
say
at the front.
you got the orb head with the genitalia-looking face, don't you?
Well, that's just they haven't pulled the zip down completely. So
Ah, ah.
yeah. So you play. It's a third person shooter. And essentially, yeah. So you're from this group. You basically awaken with no memory, and you then kind of get told it's this little short segment. You get told very quickly that you work for a group called the Collective. The Collective has a mission called the Vocation, which is to basically save humanity in. That's like kind of it, right? It's very, very, very vague. This is what you got to do. Your mission is to then go into like future Poland, which is still fucked up because obviously the change.
They
has
refer to
occurred.
it as Future Poland every time.
No,
You've got to go back
no.
to Future Poland.
But you then go and find these like time rifts, and then you basically go back in time to try and find a specific target to extract their essence, like their soul or whatever, into that's basically it. Like that's the premise. So you basically walk through a really, really cool realization of like 90s, 80s Poland. It's kind of retro futuristic, very, very, very cool. And yeah, you got to basically take on these creatures known as the orphans. And just like I actually read another review, so I'm going to steal this from another review, but I talk.
I read a review that was better than mine, so I'm just going to steal his
Whoa,
for a second.
no, I actually forgot about this part, but when I talk about things that they've like ripped from, right? Like I mentioned in my review. So the idea of this one is with the enemies, you don't let them merge because they basically can merge together and get more powerful and more fucked up and stronger. So there's actually
Cut off their limbs, but
correct, yeah. So I'd completely forgotten about that. So there's that there's that sign that's on the wall. There's like a sign on the wall in this game where it says don't let them merge. So that's basically how you survive, right? So you're but this game is fucking stingy as shit with resources. This game is hard. This game is fucking frustratingly hard. It is really fucking cool hard, but it's also fucked hard. This game does not get the balance right between your resources and what you need to fucking scrape by. Like I guarantee you, I think you could fucking brick your game. For full transparency, I haven't beat the final boss because I just fucking do not have enough resources to beat the final fucking boss. I have played it for like 2 and a bit hours. The final boss is a 4-phase boss. I've been to the 4th phase fucking, I don't know, 10 times, right? And I've exhausted all my ammunition on this boss multiple times, and I've got no weapons left, no ammo left. I have to basically try and run around and punch him, and he just fucking
get in
kills
there.
me.
Oofta!
And there are some moves. Anyway, I'm not gonna whinge about the boss, but basically he's fucked up. But this is like a thing that's across the entire game, right? Like it just does not leave you with enough, or it does not give you enough to make it through. Like you feel like you're fucking just like a good survival horror game will make you feel like you're scraping through, like you're barely surviving, like you've just got it with just enough. This game literally there are several 20 times where I died because I literally just ran out of ammunition. Then I had to fucking backtrack back through. Question.
Is it like some of the survival horror games where people realize maybe they shouldn't be killing every enemy because it's just going to mean that they run out? Like, some people like Resident Evil, run past this one, it's not a big deal. Run past that one.
Potentially right, but this is the hook. So the hook is like, so I'll give you an example. You have very, very much like a Dead Space Resident Evil. You have a safe room or a safe zone, and there's a bunch of different like stations on the wall, Dead Space, where you can basically you can save, you can get your upgrades, you can do all that sort of shit, right? One of the little stations you've got is a fire dispenser. So the game will give you one fire canister fuel thing to go out and burn the corpses, right? So if you really, really, really fucking wanted to, you could literally eliminate all these corpses on a ground in the potential event that they can be merged with, right? Like you don't really know until you fucking burn them and they're gone, or you don't fucking burn them. And that's kind of where this game does a really good job, because you'll be like, okay, there'll be like areas that you can burn to get to for a secret area to get more ammo, like more resources. But if you don't have a fucking canister thing, you can't fucking get to it. So most of the time you go, great, sweet, I got to backtrack through, go back, save, get a new canister, come back, burn it, go back, kind of thing. But so then you're walking along, there'll be like 3 or 4 bodies on the floor. You're like, okay, well, do I fucking burn that? Or do I save it for another time where I might need it a bit later down the track? And then some big motherfucker will come through, hoover it up, and fucking merge into something even more powerful. And then all of a sudden you gotta use more ammo to kill them. With the guns feel super tight. It's basic gunplay, but I think I actually found it really, really satisfying. Each gun has a charge slot, so you can actually hold your trigger down and then to give them like a more powerful shot. And the cool thing with this in regards to the resources is it doesn't actually use more ammo. So it's not like you're using 2 bullets to have a charge shot. It just the sacrifice is time, right? So it might take you 2 seconds to do this charge shot, but it's going to be more powerful, but it leaves you more exposed at that point when there's a group sort of coming towards you. And the enemies can be quite aggressive. Like they can be quite full on. Sometimes they can be dumb as shit, but there are times where they can be quite like up in your face. To answer your question, kind of, I know I didn't really quite answer your question, but maybe but there's also times where you're going through these areas where there's these bodies that are on the wall. And the game will always give you a look at this enemy through like a hole in the wall, it'll be onto the side or it'll be from afar to kill this enemy. If you don't kill this enemy, it will like basically extend out and pull you in and fucking, you have to, you lose health. To put in context, like this kind of resource thing, you start with an inventory of 6 slots. Now, your key items, your valuables, they all take up spots of that. Your guns. So you have to fucking fit guns, ammo, keys, valuables, Adam.
Is it just like it's this massive gun takes up 1 slot, this tiny little healing salve takes up 1 slot, or is it
Correct.
like the Resident? Yeah, okay, cool.
The thing on that though, which I'm about to kind of talk about, is so you can upgrade. So you can find cores in the world, and the cores you can use at the station to upgrade your suit. So you can upgrade your suit integrity, your inventory size, and your resources amount. So you can actually hold more chemicals and more metal scraps at any certain point. One of the upgrades you can get within particular items, so you can upgrade your there's I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a grenade, but basically, and you can actually when you craft one, it allows you to craft 2 rather than 1, right? So they're kind of things that you kind of unlock along the way. But your currency is energy that you find out. The cores you can only use on your suit, but your energy, which is your currency, is you buy supplies with it, you upgrade your guns with it, you buy resources with it. Like all this shit is tied into this. So you basically got to pick and choose at any given spot. Do you want to fucking, okay, cool, I'm about to go into a combat. I've just died in a combat heavy zone. I need to buy as much ammo as I can. Given also that ammo is quite limited, sometimes they might only sell you 5 handgun bullets at a certain point. But then you've spent that money, and when you could have upgraded. It's like it's quite cool, yo. Ash.
Can you save scum?
Yes. The saves I think are quite generous. Like there's like it's a bit like Dead Space. Actually, no, sorry. It's probably more like Resident Evil in its design like that. Each I think you have to go and find 4 targets. I think it's either 4 or 5 targets, and each target you're in a specific area, and there's multiple of these like little safe zones where you can kind of hang about and you kind of backtrack, and that's kind of what you have to do. Like you have to. What is wild, and Kieran will fucking love this, is this game is like a 15-hour game apparently, 15 to 18 hours. I reckon this took me into the 30s. My like PS5 says it was like 36 hours, right?
He hasn't finished it.
I haven't finished it. I reckon like 4 to 6 hours is like me replaying boss fights.
Give it 9 years, you'll come back to it.
Anyway, I think it's a really good survival horror. I think it just doesn't quite get the balance. It doesn't nail that resource management. I think that's what it's really stopping it from being like a 9. I think the atmosphere is fucking incredible. The actual environments are amazing. The enemy design is fantastic. It's terrifying. This game is sensational to play like with a good pair of cans. The sound design is just, it's very minimal, but it's like almost like industrial synth kind of thing. Like it's very like 80s kind of like, there's some real cool moments in it. And then
Cool.
you have that with like guttural screams and these like squelching noises, and it's really, it's really immersive. Yeah. Any questions? Any questions on that?
When you touched on the story, it was a lot of proper nouns being thrown about. Did you connect with the story, or was it just kind of there and
Great question.
it was just the backdrop for all the cool shit?
The question,
Yeah.
sorry, the question. So what I've written here in my review is that it has what I said before about Dead Space and Resident Evil 4, but it has a bit of the Silent Hill story fuckery. It is vague. It is confusing. There's lots of bits and pieces to get around the world. There's heaps of notes and recordings that you can listen, and you do get
Sure.
you do get an idea, but also like I've seen the endings, but not on my own console,
Hey.
but yeah, I didn't really. It kind of just gets lost. It kind of gets a bit like, what the fuck
Yeah.
is going on? It's very vague. Like you're not making it. It's not really making that much sense.
Mhm.
I will also add very very quickly is there's actually not a second bit, but so that is like part of the gameplay. The other part is like the puzzle sort of stuff that you do that kind of separates, your sort of combat zones, right? And there's like anti-gravity sort of stuff, which is really fucking cool. Like it's a bit different to Dead Space. Essentially, you get on these like little like platforms, and you can basically shoot yourself to other platforms into the world, like
Mhm.
other things, like you can go like up onto the roof and stuff like that with these boots and stuff. Your gun, you get like this attachment that allows you to essentially rebuild sections of the world that have basically been destroyed. So there might be like a bridge, and there's like these little circles that you basically shoot with your attachment on your gun, and it rewinds back in time to when that area was kind of formed. So there's lots of cool stuff that you kind of do with it. Yeah, I gave it a 7.5 really. Well, not really, but that's what I did give it. I think the gameplay is it's so close to being like amazing. It's just, I think it's good. It's quite frustrating. And having read some of the reviews since I've done mine, like it's a common thing. Like it is the whole resource management is a real common issue. This game is stingy as fuck, almost to the point where I would like recommend buying the fucking deluxe edition just purely for the extra resources that you get with the fucking game. Like
Diabolical.
and this
we
has
figured it out.
This has no like difficulty options either, so you can't fucking like. There's no
Really?
easy mode. No, it's no easy mode. It's literally just hard as fuck. Here to fuck your shit up. But it does.
Interesting.
It gives you like real tense moments here, and there are times where you kind of do have that satisfaction where you're like, I've just survived. But far too often you just like, it becomes not fun having to fucking backtrack. And then like I said about the like modern games, like I think Resident Evil is even perhaps like there's key items, right? You know your inventory has key items that don't take up slots in your fucking
Yeah.
actual things for your things, or like your valuables. They're not eating up space. So it becomes like there are so many times where you're like, okay, I need to get this key, but I got no fucking room, but I don't want to waste my bullets. So you use like your fuel canister because you can just go back and refill it, right? So you just waste it on the floor in front of you just to get this key. Little things like that just kind of take away. It just becomes frustrating from that. But I would, yeah.
Sorry, I was going to say, as you're wrapping up, because Bloober, outside of Layers of Fear, they've got a habit of they'll make a game and not come back to it. Would you like to see Cronos get a sequel that maybe they can fix those things, tune the resource management a bit? Is it a world you'd want to go back to?
maybe. I know that gives you nothing.
It
I'll say
really
yes.
not
No,
even.
I'll say yes. I would like to go back to it. I think it's an interesting world, but I'm happy if it's a one and done.
Sure. Nice. 7.5 though. I mean, it still sounds like something I'm keen to pick up.
I actually originally gave it an 8, and James, when he read through the review, he goes, "It's probably a 7.5." And in my heart, I was like, "You're probably right."
I was originally going to give Metal Gear a 9.
Fucking James.
You tripped and you dropped it and it turned upside down.
Fucking James.
But if you like survival horror games, I would highly recommend it. I don't know if I would recommend it at full price, which is like $88 or something.
Yeah, that's
still a good
for-
price, but yeah, keep it on the watch list for when it goes on sale or something, because it is a really cool game, and hopefully they do add some difficulty options a bit later down the track. Yeah.
No difficulty is wild. I just assumed it. Yeah.
No,
I assumed you had it on journalist difficulty and still.
No,
couldn't
mate, this
manage
is fine. There was actually one point where I genuinely thought I was fucked. Like, I thought I've bricked my game basically because I can't I've got nothing left. How am I going to... And I actually end up selling supplies. And I had to just fucking get good. I sold my health kits to buy ammunition, and then I had to basically perfect this sequence. It was hard as fuck, man. Like, that's what it got to. Desperate times, brother. Desperate times. One very, 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 very last thing. You can respec your upgrades on your weapons, so that's actually quite a neat thing. I forgot to mention it in my review, but you can do it on the fly. So if you had a particular gun that you wanted to use for a particular encounter, yeah.
That's cool. Pity you don't have any fucking bullets to put in them. It does sound cool though. I do plan on jumping into it at some point. Kieran, Ash, is it gonna tickle your fancy enough to have a look?
I mean, maybe. If it's one of those games that sort of cherry picks cool shit from all the other games that are in a similar niche, I kind of like seeing how those things come together. I also just want to see if it's as hard as Zach makes it out to be.
It's not going to be.
Nah, no chance.
Mate, I finish it in an afternoon. Shit's easy. Just got to get the triple XL Super Soaker filled with piss and just hit him.
Kieran's on the other side of the spectrum where he's like 2-day turnaround. Fucking hell, they're giving me a lot of time. So I mean,
shut up.
It's kind of hard to judge.
Easy platinum.
I saw he platinum one of his Lego games. I fucking saw it. I got my eye on you,
mate. Who's got the second key? Who's got the backdoor key to the old Tighten the Jorts?
No.
I was just gonna say I've played a couple hours of Cronos and you.
And
oh, amazing!
It's good. Yeah, you like it? Yeah.
It's like I was genuinely like, oh shit, they like Bloomer made a game that plays.
Yeah.
Like
it's actually really fucking good. Like there's lots of it I really fucking like. Yeah.
I'll get around it. I will get on it at some stage. Oh boy. But we have to move on. We've got other things to cover. I'm going to jump in here and steal some time. As of yesterday, as of time of recording, I had the opportunity to play a little bit more Battlefield 6. I played about 4 hours of another multiplayer reveal event. And
is that your Battlefield 6 jacket hanging in the door behind you?
Yes, I'm pointing at it with my Battlefield pen. Oh no.
You shill.
I know. It will surprise no one that the game fucking slaps. So the biggest thing that I found that was missing from the experiences that I've had. So for reference, during the first, the reveal event, I played about 8 hours of the game across a few different maps, a whole bunch of different modes. The multiplayer beta that Ash, you and I played some of together, I probably sunk about 20 hours into that. Got as much
22.
in as got as much in as I possibly could. And then, but yeah, from that slice, what I was missing was the bigger maps that are dominated by vehicles, and it's the whole the Battlefield experience. So Battlefield Studios, all 4 of them combined, said, all right, hold my beer, put together an event to show off Merak Valley, which is going to be the biggest map in the game, as well as Operation Firestorm, which is a returning map coming back from Battlefield 3. Absolute fucking slapper for anyone who hasn't played it. And yeah, it's as good as I was hoping it possibly could have been. Hello, Zachary.
Unrelated question, but related question. Have they mentioned anything about the single player, or we don't know anything about that yet?
So we still don't know anything about the single player.
Okay.
We have got confirmation that the mysterious mode that's totally a battle royale is a battle royale. But they haven't said anything firm on that yet. So yeah, still a lot of questions. But yeah, the massive maps are great. All of the vehicles are far better tuned than they were in 2042. Ash Whaling.
How big are these big maps? How
So-
big are they?
They're not like 2042 size that just got ridiculous. That was size for the sake of size, and they had 128 people to try and accommodate for, and it ended up being just too much. But it's the perfect size where I say in my preview that you can read on the website that the start of the rounds in Merak Valley, there's a good few minutes before you see anyone, because you're all
Wow.
like working your way into those initial points, and then eventually you meet in the middle, and it's a complete fucking shit fight, and then everything hits the fan.
So is it like 5 or 6 Liberation Peaks, 4 Streets of Cairo? Like,
Maybe 2 Liberation Peaks, but then stretched out. Merak Valley is nice and long. It reminds me of a Battlefield 3 map that I'm missing from my memory at the moment. But it has that the great like single lane approach where you just work your way in, meet at the middle, and then it just gets absolutely messy. Anything in the air is a complete fucking menace. So anyone that is decent with a helicopter or a jet, it is just awful to be around. In a good way though. Like the skill ceiling is high for them. Yeah, the skill ceiling's very high, but the yield that you get from it if you perfect them is insane. Tanks feel great. They don't go down as easily as they have in other in previous Battlefield games. I had a guided rocket launcher that I'd hit a tank 3 times. They'd still have just enough health to creep away if they could get away. So again, it incentivizes squad like some teamwork, and it incentivizes that people actually getting in a tank and not just being like, nah, I'll just fucking die immediately. So yeah, big fan of just in general the larger map experience. Operation Firestorm still fucking bangs. I said in my preview that it's exactly how I remember it, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean in a way that they've done so much work to bring it up to modern standards and insert their new systems and the new damage model that it feels how I remember it. But if I went back to Battlefield 3, I know it would just pale in comparison. So it's excellent.
Did it have golf carts?
No, that was. Oh, I can't remember. It wasn't that though. But I do know what you're referring to. I actually spoke to some of the devs today in a little roundtable interview. And they said it takes about 1.25% extra effort to redo a map than it does to just build a map from the ground up, which I found really interesting. They likened it to having a blueprint and needing to follow it, but then change enough to make it work. And yeah, it sounds like it's a really fiddly situation, and I don't envy them whatsoever. But anyway, big maps, fantastic. Had a great time. The other thing I just want to really quickly talk about is the new mode, which is escalation. That was not present in the beta, but I did get to play it last night. So effectively, it's kind of the core conceit of Conquest. So there's 6 or 7 different control points that you have to go and take. But instead of when a team gets the majority, instead of bleeding the other team's tickets, you start gaining points in like a little bar at the top of the screen. Once that fills, you get a point, and it's the first to 3 points wins. But when a point is scored, one of the control points disappears. It stops gaining points. So it's like always pushing you in to a tighter and tighter like point of interest. It is fantastic. It is brilliant. And it fixes a big issue that I've had with Conquest for a long time, which is you're either getting steamrolled or steamrolling. Those are kind of often the 2 options. It's not super frequent that you have a competitive back and forth game. This almost completely eliminated that. So we were playing again with some Australian streamers and content creators. Old mate Skill Up, friend of the channel, was I destroyed his tank with a repair tool, and I have never been happier in my life. But yeah, so there were some players with some really high skill ceilings, and occasionally it was just all of us journalists against streamers. Real shit time. Even in that situation, escalation, it came down to 2 points each. We're battling it out for the last point. It is really well balanced, and the way that the mode is laid out, it gives like a slight little advantage to the team that's not doing so well. Fantastic, no notes. Very, very excited to play more of that. The last note that I'll leave you on, they did open up all of the gadgets and the weapons. I tried to get through as many as I could. The big takeaway is that the ladder is gonna be fucked. And I mean that in a really good way. They will nerf that. They will have to do a whole bunch of tweaks because people will find exploits. But it will be a lot of fun.
Mate, they already did without the ladder. They were already doing weird shit
exactly.
last beta without the ladder.
Motherfuckers on the roof in Cairo, they'll make it easier for them to get up.
You're not supposed to be up there yet.
Bastards. But yeah, I continue to have an excellent time with Battlefield, and October 10th cannot roll around fast enough. I am exceptionally excited.
Dude.
Yeah, I know. It's not far away.
How do you feel with Battlefield 6 and Arc Raiders dropping a couple weeks apart almost?
Not a big fan of that at all, because I'm very excited for Arc Raiders as well. And I'm not going to have enough time to play both of them. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Probably
it's
cry.
That holy shit, 2 cakes meme.
This year, like in reflection, this year has been ridiculous. Like there have been more games that I have wanted to play and have actively played and finished than like the last 3 or 4 years. Ridiculous. Anyway, speaking of a game that has been out for more than 1 year, to round out a little review / feature situation, Ash, you had a chat with one of the folks from Saber about Space Marine 2, and you got a little cheeky exclusive.
We'll speed run this one just because, for those who are aware, 12 months ago I got to speak to the creative director of Saber Entertainment. His name is Oliver Hollis-Like, and he's a dead set legend. And it's been 12 months of Space Marine 2, and so I made a cheeky request that maybe we could talk to him again, thinking that the answer would be, lol, no. And they responded with, hell yeah, can Oliver do it again? I was like, hell yes, he can. And so it was basically 2 massive nerds geeking out and trying to talk about a video game at the same time. Like, we genuinely geeked out about action figures for like a good 10 minutes, and then we had to put on our journalist hats and our creative director hats. No, we'll talk about the game, I guess. But Oliver had a good chat about sort of how the game's developed over the last 12 months, how they've got such a huge relationship with the community when it comes to like feedback. Like the game solidly gets a ton of its, direction pulling coming from what people have to say about the game. And like the developers will do, as part of the Focus Together website, polls. Like, you say you want more difficulty, here's the things that the engine is capable of. I know you want to fight 9 Carnifexes at a time. Engine can't do it. What if we give you 2 back-to-back? What if we give you 3, but each of them have lesser health? That's the kind of stuff they do. And the community votes, and it does impact the game. And like, the game's on patch 10, just came out last week. The amount of free content that's gone into it's absolutely bananas. And like, even Oliver himself is just saying like, I'm blown away by how much we get to give away. Which is really refreshing from like a gaming development point of view. Because you can imagine it's always revenue chasing, but he's like, hey, we get to just make free stuff. It's great. Casting a gaze to the future, he did sort of point out that, they are going to be delivering the first class for the game, like a new class coming up soon. He couldn't tell me a lot about it, but he did get to sort of get a bit nerdy about how like it's more than a class, it's a character, because there is quite a bit of narrative and dialogue and stuff that makes the multiplayer very fun. And then he revealed that when I asked him what's the thing you're most excited about with upcoming content, he said that the next PvE mission does not take place on a planet. Which, for like a Warhammer 40k nerd, it's sort of like a really big sort of eye-opening. Then where the fuck does it take place? Like, in the sense that like it could be space, it could be like, another dimension being the warp and stuff like that. It's like saying to a racing fan that like, the next race is not going to take place on the tarmac and people just go. So that was a lot of fun. Oliver, I look forward to talking to you in the next 12 months. I know you watch this podcast. But genuinely, 12 months of Space Marine 2 has been an absolute smasher, and I'm glad that I had that opportunity. Love the guy. That video is currently on our WellPlayed YouTube if you want to check it out.
Great video too. Even as someone who is only tangentially interested in 40K, it's a great watch. Very entertaining.
I do put way too much effort into those videos.
Yeah, fuck, truly. Jesus. You love it. You love to see it. We've all been busy, and it's not just us who have been busy. We've got a single shout out for this week. Let me just grab that. Yes, Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar. Good lord, this looks like a game that I would just not enjoy. Jade Stevenson, though, the wonderful Jade, did enjoy it. She gave it a big fat 8 out of 10. Saying, Story of Seasons Grand Bazaar offers steady and reliable gameplay with an excellent balance between consistency and novelty that keeps you engaged throughout its many hours of content. There are plenty of small details and design choices which help to elevate the experience, and while equally some of the game systems could use a few tweaks, it's an easy recommendation for fans of the genre. I know there's plenty of them out there. Kieran, are you a Story of Seasons man?
I have never played a Story of Seasons game. And that
Perfect.
probably won't change, but it sounds nice.
What is the genre? Farming,
Cozy
capitalism?
farming. Yeah, I think so. I think it falls into that.
I love these games. I just rarely play them, but they're just like vibe.
It just
vibes for days.
Even though I know that it's not, I immediately assume that it's made by Square Enix because that's like 95% of their output is just fucking farming games. Anywho,
Is that true, Kieran? Have they
No,
slander
but
your?
we'll move on.
So I'm sitting going,
news headlines. There's not heaps to talk about this week. So we'll get on to the big topic, which was the Nintendo Direct, the hour-long Nintendo Direct that Kieran stayed up to cover. What a wonderful, beautiful man. It started with a whole bunch of Mario bits and pieces. There was no Mario Kart update, which is odd. And it ended on the announcement of a Yoshi game, which is not really Mario, but it looks cute. So
it looks great.
Hell yeah, it does.
Instead of us doing a full wrap up, maybe we just throw out some bits and pieces that we're keen for. Kieran, do you want to kick us off? Probably talking about Yoshi.
I mean, yeah, that's like easily my pick. Yeah, very very happy to see that. Also Dragon Quest 7, and Nathan will appreciate me shouting that out. But that looks like a good time. And the weird like Pokemon, Animal Crossing, Minecraft, like
Terrifying.
Ditto game. I don't know what's going on there, but I want to play that.
Pocopia.
That Ditto person is horrendous.
Pocopia.
You're gonna wear your
Could have called it
Gengar,
Dittopia. Didn't.
Gengar, whatever the fuck.
You're gonna wear your Gengar headset while you play it?
Hell yeah, I am.
I mean, I would.
Play with my Pokeballs.
Hell yeah. Ash, did anything stand out from the Direct for you?
Well, BK Dog's already pointed out that Yoshi's great, and I'm glad because, like, out of all of the Mario adjacent characters and brands, the one thing that my daughter hasn't really engaged with is Yoshi, but apparently that was the thing that got her to sort of go, oh, he's more than just a random dinosaur with a long tongue. So she's very keen for that. The thing that stood out for me, and mostly as just a massive question mark, what the fuck are we doing with the Virtual Boy? Like,
yeah. What a decision.
Even with all of the puff and the clout of like Nintendo, like sort of going, and you can jump into the amazing 15 game library that's coming to this. I sort of went, okay. I mean, I reckon, people are going to want to buy that thing to display it. Yeah. I love that they sort of go, here's the periphery you can use to play the Virtual Boy, and for everyone else, here's the cardboard version that somebody's going to like release instructions how to make online to do with a Wheaties box. So
it's $140. Oh my days!
Hey, judge it as much as you want. We've all spent that much money on stupider shit.
Stupider than a Virtual Boy? You sure?
Oh, actually, now you put it in words like that. No, you are dead set correct. You're right.
It's $140 plus the cost of the top tier subscription to play it.
To get your 15 Mario. You get Mario.
Jesus Christ. And the vertigo that you'll get from playing the fucking thing. So, there's that to consider as well.
It is smack bang in the realm of look to your mates who have too much money and might pick it up.
Yeah.
And come around and give it a squirt.
Yeah,
Is this
100%.
just? Do you reckon Nintendo take the piss and go, let's put out the dumbest shit,
Yes.
see how much it buys? Like, let's just
Yes.
fuck with them.
I mean, there's people out there. They're not in this podcast at this moment. There's people out there that when that came up, they probably went, "Ooh." It's like, okay.
They're in this podcast.
The tracking camera doesn't let you escape.
22. That was
Oh, that was
biggest
incredible.
stitch up ever. Thanks, NVIDIA broadcast. Fuck
That-
you.
That was such a to catch a predator moment.
Oh,
Holy shit.
We have
Oh,
transcripts here of
amazing.
you saying you're quite excited to get your hands on it. Amazing.
Ah, shit. Zach, I know you don't give a fuck about any of these kids' games, so I'll jump in and just say how excited I
hey.
am for Mario. Shh. Don't you. No. Mario Tennis Fever, because I know that you're not going to mention Mario Tennis. Mario Tennis Aces was average at best. It was pretty thin on content, and I
Sure
was
was.
done with it in like a weekend. Mario Tennis Fever, I will absolutely play it, and it looks a bit beefier. That story mode is not going to be as good as it sounds, but I will still play it. And all of the rackets and whatnot sound like a blast, so yeah, pretty keen on that. Zachary, you don't have a Nintendo Switch or a Nintendo Switch 2, but apparently something appealed to you in this direct. Let's hear it.
Nothing appealed to me, and I actually do have a Switch. It's in the room. It hasn't been turned on in about 4 years, but that's all right. The thing I was just
He
going to
keeps
say,
it in a cage.
it's great to see that the new RE games, Requiem is coming to Switch. Even though it's
Yeah,
going to be
actually.
the shittest place to play it, but that's all right.
Hey, look, if you only have a Switch or a Switch 2 and that's the only way that you're able to play those games, then fucking
Just
get
don't
on it.
play them.
No, that's. I like how you made a point and then argued against it. The classic Zach Jackson.
It's
Fuck
such
me.
a specific type of gatekeeping, isn't it? These games are fantastic, but if you've got a Switch, don't play it. Don't let me
These
catch
are-
you playing it.
These are great. You should play them. Fuck off.
No, go for it. I'm sure it's great to play.
Ah.
You might just need to sit a bit closer because it might be grainy.
Jesus fucking Christ, Zach! I'm going to call on you for this
Call on
next
me.
news story because apparently Far Cry is looking to focus more on co-op. Maybe. Fuck, you'd hope so. It's been shit so
Can
far.
we read it out as it appears in the sheet for the handover?
Sorry,
Far Cry might have a half decent co-op experience for the first time in the series.
I take umbrage
I'm
with
not
that
wrong.
statement because I don't
Alright.
like the Far Cry co-op, but I don't think it's bad. Like I
It
think
is
it's
bad. It's objectively bad.
Well, I just think it's fine. Like
At
it's
most,
not,
it's aggressively fine. That's the issue.
so I play Far Cry for Far Cry. I don't play it to play with people. I don't like people, right? I don't want to fucking do anything with people. I just want to play it by myself. So
This is going to be a fucking paper thin argument.
But here's why multiplayer is the right direction for the series to go in.
I want a rich experience with the people that I dislike.
Oh fuck! And I'm going to
no,
play
it
it on my
kind of-
Switch.
No, it kind of reminds me of the old Assassin's Creed Unity multiplayer, right? It's just there, like, it's fine. Sure, like
How good was the
jump in.
multiplayer Assassin's Creed though?
Ooh,
Fuck.
I know, right?
It
Anyway,
had no right being as good as it was.
the story essentially it comes from GameFile. I think they're the ones that first reported it because it was a comment made by a big friend of the show, Yves Gillimont, and he.
Oh, Eve's Jellymon.
Gillimont.
Eve's Jellymon.
He was on stage talking at Saudi Arabia's new global sport conference, and a question was put to him and just about Far Cry, and he said, really, to bring the multiplayer aspects. The goal for Far Cry is to really bring the multiplayer aspects more predominantly pushed, so that it can be played for a long time by players. So, if I'm, as I've written in this news piece, reading that, I'm hearing live service. I'm hearing shit that you are going to be playing, for a
Multiple
long
protagonists,
time.
each with unique abilities, and they're available in the battle pass.
Until they close it down within about 9 months. But
I was going to say that motherfucker looked at XDefiant and took the wrong learning away from it.
There's no talk on what that means, outside of that little sentence. So it's not confirmed whether that does mean that Far Cry 7 will be a multiplayer experience.
Mm.
There are rumors that are quite old now, a couple of years old, that was actually a standalone multiplayer game in the works. I think it's being rebooted. It's I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically set. It was a multiplayer extraction shooter set in the Alaskan wilderness.
There's those words again.
Nope.
Battle
Nope, we
Pass
don't
live
like that.
service.
No, extraction shooter.
Alaska sounds cool to to really drag out a positive out of that shit sandwich.
But they just they try new IPs, they try existing IPs, and it just don't fucking work, brother. Like,
Man, it's nice to try things.
Mate, some free advice. Just give it up.
I think the issue I have with Ubisoft games is they all feel the same. They're all they're made by different studios. They're in different genres, but they all feel the same.
Because they all
It's
have
a
that
weird-
same
yeah.
blueprint, right? Like, make it
Yeah.
as big and bloated as you possibly can. But we're going to have really cool villains in it, basically.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. Like Far Cry 5 for me, the reason that I picked that up with my brother to play
Right,
co-op was
9
to
out of
try
10.
and I was trying to shake off some of the feelings of fucking sameness, and then we just saw how compromised the co-op experience was. It was like rock paper scissors. Who's hosting because they get to have all the fun?
Mm-hmm. What, your brother didn't want to just run around with a pistol? God.
Yeah.
Some people ask for too much. Look, we'll see. We'll see what happens with Far Cry. But what we'll also see is some cool shit to come out of ANZ. Because the last news story we have is that Frosty Games Fest is coming back, and it's coming back soon in December to highlight some more. Yeah, very, very excited. The first, not to toot your horn, Kieran, but the first Frosty Games
Can
Fest.
toot my horn all day.
Yeah, I will. Was fantastic. It was a great layout, great pacing for a show that's happened literally once. I was very impressed, top to bottom. So very keen to see it come back. And anytime we can highlight Australian and New Zealand games is certainly a good thing.
Aussies are crushing it.
Waiting
They
for
really
Zach
are.
to tell me why it's a terrible thing, but nah, he's taken the higher road. We love to see it.
Do you know
That's
what
all-
I'm looking for? Do you know what I'm looking forward to most with that?
Yeah, go on.
It's going to be during the warmer months, so you can actually sit down with a Frosty something and watch Frosty Games Fest.
How good.
Absolutely.
Mm.
The
Yeah,
whole
it's
joke with the
good.
first one was like that it was during Summer Games Fest, and the temptation to call this one Summer Game Fest. Like,
Fuck you,
Yeah.
Jeff.
Um,
Love it.
you got any predictions for this one?
do
Big
I?
You can't.
Yeah, Kieran, do you?
I think the best thing I'll give you the inside scoop on the upcoming Frosty Game Fest. I think the best thing will be that Hollow Knight is out.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
oath.
that Silk
That-
Song is out.
Great scoop.
There you go.
I reckon you'll either get a release date for Dead Static Drive
Oh my god.
or mixtape. That's
Jesus
my
Christ.
prediction.
Dead Static
Already-
Drive, does it still exist? Have
Is it
we
a
got a
game?
pulse check on Dead Static Drive?
spoke to. I can't share the contents of the message, but it still exists. Yes.
There you
What
go.
Zach means by that is he
Big
emailed
Mike.
the address and it didn't return that the email address had been closed. So therefore,
Yeah.
He had a gap in his schedule where he was not emailing like defunct biscuits or fucking frozen treats or whatever the hell it was. Unreal. Anyway, that's our content done and dusted for another week. So we're firmly into off topics. Has anyone been reading, watching, or otherwise enjoying things? Anyone? I'll take anyone.
I've got a couple, yeah, but please, Mr. Whaling.
I'll rip through one really quickly. I was at a market the other day and I found a book that my dad bought me when I was 14, and I remember reading it, but I didn't remember what it was about. It was Michael Crichton's Prey. If you're familiar, Michael Crichton is the guy that wrote Jurassic Park.
Hell yeah.
He's got a bit of a shtick. It's a good shtick. I mean, he's been dead for a while, so his shtick's sort of, in the past. But he likes to do the concept of science.
It's a shtick in the ground now.
Yeah, it's a little cross stick. He likes to do the whole intelligent people who think they have thing under control is not actually that under control. That's his shtick. And I reread Prey, remembered why I really enjoyed it, and then looked up why on earth did this never get made into a movie, and found out that it did get optioned to become a film, entered development hell, and never went anywhere.
Amazing.
Nice.
And now it's not plausible by today's standards, unfortunately. So yeah.
Yeah,
Glad
we
to
love
read it.
that.
Mm.
What a time. Kieran, have you got anything for us in the old off topics?
I don't think so. I honestly don't think that I've watched or read or listened to anything in the last couple of weeks.
No, you don't watch movies. So,
I don't watch movies.
Yeah, nah,
Never
that's
seen
fair.
one.
Righto,
seen
Zach, give it to us, baby. What do you got?
Well, you didn't ask about 2000's film of the week, so I've got one in the chamber because unless you've got one.
Hit us.
No.
All right.
Please,
Well, that can
please
be
do.
that'll be after. So I've watched.
It's Doom.
It's not Doom.
Okay.
I watched Together.
Ooh,
Oh,
Together. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
How was it?
Yeah.
Loved
how's
it.
that?
Loved it. I'd give it a
Yeah?
9. I thought it was really fucking good, actually. Really, really good.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Excellent film. Excellent watch. Very good.
That's huge.
The other
The
film that I
marketing for it has
watched.
been very restrained. It's made me quite interested.
Mm.
The other thing I watched, I've forgotten, but I
Memorable.
did start watching. Forgot that too, but I also finished the series called Hostage on Netflix, which is actually kind of cool. It's about the the partner.
2 out of 4 ain't bad.
Jesus Christ.
The partner of the British Prime Minister gets taken hostage, so it's actually quite cool. And I've started watching Bodies on Netflix. Is that it's on something? One of them, where it's split across like 4 different timelines. There's this first episodes that they find this body, but it's actually split across 4 different timelines. So interesting so far. All right, 2000's film of the week.
Now I have one off topic.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I watched for the first time. I don't know how I've avoided it for this long, but Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula with Gary Oldman.
Nice.
Snap.
What a fucking time! Holy shit, that movie.
Some of the
bangs.
effects in that movie bang as well. Like
The opening scene where he's like just killing all of his enemies in battle, and it's just like a red background, and it's like almost like a little marionette play. Fuck, let's go! What a
Yeah.
time! Also, Gary Oldman. What a
Gary
man.
Oldman.
Holy shit!
long time watcher of the podcast, Gary Oldman. Love that guy.
Well, he gets enough shout outs from fucking old, slow horses that Zach's been watching for
New season
seemingly
comes out
forever.
very, very soon. But you've actually just reminded me of what the other movie I watched was. It's called Inside. I don't know if you've seen that. It's on Netflix at the moment.
Inside Out on
97%
Disney Plus. No?
on the old Rotten
Inside
Tomatoes.
Man?
Guy Pearce. It's a 2004 Australian prison drama. Really good.
Yes, it's good.
Quite
I
good.
do vaguely remember that.
Interesting,
Good
interesting.
Steve.
Give us some 2000s film of the week.
This
Let's
one's
have
an easy one because I figured that we needed to be short, and B, I
Doom.
just
It's Doom.
starring
It's
The
Doom.
Rock.
Let's do.
No,
It's Doom.
I really don't know how long this will last until someone gets it. A newly possessed high school cheerleader turns into a succubus.
Jennifer's Body.
There you go.
Beat me
I
to
knew
it.
I knew it'd be quick. I wasn't sure if I'd even get through the fucking thing.
The worst thing
Had
is
it
that like
stuck.
in my head, I was like, "Oh, it's someone's body."
Yeah, good. That movie's a bit of fun, though, isn't it?
It's
That's
not
pretty
good,
good.
but it's
I enjoy it for what it is.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the
it's
right way
alright.
to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, it goes all right. Thank you, Zachary. Boys, do we
Alright.
have anything else, or are we calling it a night?
I'd like to share just one final thing, just because it's quick and I think it's really funny. I've fallen down a rabbit hole recently of people cheating at tabletop gaming events, like when they play Warhammer. I don't know if you remember, WellPlayed a long time ago. I did like a thing about a guy
You
trying
cheat
to
at
flush.
Warhammer.
Yes, I'm
You
getting
just
to
step
that.
on the little guys.
Yeah, you got a wood chipper next to the table, and you go, "Ah, you can't use your tank now, dickhead." But do you remember a WellPlayed? I did that piece about the guy trying to flush his dice down the toilet.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's ended up in my algorithm for a while, and there was one today. It was my lunch. I saw a video, and I thought, I'll just press on it. Cracks me up. A bloke went to like a 40-person tournament. They discovered he was cheating because his dice didn't have ones on them. They found the dice and they're like, hold on, this has 2 6s.
Oh, that's so dumb.
And it it never occurred to me how simple it is to cheat with dice. You don't have to weight them. You don't have to get into your physics and your specific weights to make them always land on a 6.
Oh, man.
If you just make more of the face of 6s, just get rid of the 1s.
Can't roll a 1 if they're not there. Fuck, that's great.
But like,
But the thing, isn't it just ridiculous? It's so...
Oh, I love that.
Hold
I've
on.
been playing
These are 6s on every side.
I've been playing a lot of Yahtzee with a friend lately. I really need to get myself some no ones dice.
Yeah, there's the no 1 dice.
Ah, it's so good. Fuck, you know what? There's no better place to end it. That's a fantastic little anecdote, Ash. Thank you very much. Thank you for listening to this week's WellPlayed DLC podcast. If you want to enjoy any of the content that we spoke about, you can head over to www.well-played.com.au. We're on YouTube. We're on all the socials. Come and find us. Go and watch Ash's interview. It's fantastic. Truly, it really is. I'm not just saying it because he's here. And of course you would.
well, one little quick little plug. We did drop the talk through episode for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, so that is also out if you want to go check that out.
And also
Ash playing, yeah.
And Ash absolutely throws hands. Go and watch it just to see how weirdly proficient he is at hand-to-hand combat. Anyway, we'll see you next week. Have a wonderful time. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.